Namaste, hi, hello, welcome to PMC English. To all you beautiful souls out there who are spiritual seekers, who are aspirants, who are meditators, who are masters, who are gods. So, my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods, my name is Parinitha Patri and I welcome you all to a beautiful series of episodes called a Spiritual Glossary, where we understand about spiritual terms, about terms that we regularly use. And this is the place that you have to come to learn more deeply about words that we use. Instead of surface knowledge, let's delve deeper into what they actually mean. So, my dear friends, today's word for this episode of Spiritual Glossary is called depression. Does it ring a bell in your head? Were you ever depressed in your life? Did you see anyone who was in depression in your life? What does depression exactly mean? What happens in ourselves when we are depressed? Why do we call it as depression? What exactly happens in us? So let us now understand what depression is all about. Why are we depressed? What are the symptoms of depression? That is what we need to understand today. So the next time you use the word depression, come back to this Spiritual Glossary episode and understand what it exactly means. So without any further delay, let's start understanding the word depression. So here it goes, my dear friends. Depression is a lack or excess of energy by which the mechanism of the person is flooded, creating a condition in which his own horizons get smaller and smaller. Depression may originate in the personality or in the soul. When one renounces many things that he cherished for ages, he feels a sense of loss and gets depressed. When we see a great vision but cannot accomplish it due to our personality weaknesses, we fall into depression. Whenever we identify ourselves with our weaknesses in the presence of our vision, we feel depressed. And another factor in our depression is the increasing sensitivity of our nervous system, which starts to record every kind of noise, every kind of vibration, causing irritation. When irritation accumulates, it leads us into depression. All this is temporary. When one continues his meditation, identifying with the higher self, his depression eventually vanishes and irritation is replaced by joy and service. Depression is a moment in which you see the higher links, but you do not see the lower links. Or you do not see the higher links and you are identified with the suffering of the lower links. Higher links inspire us. Lower links encourage us if they are seen simultaneously with the higher links. You do not have location on the chain except when you look at both the higher and lower parts of the chain. Depression is a feeling that you do not have a location. Depression emerges when you are stuck with your lower self and do not see above or below the chain. And irritation is the prime cause of depression. In depression, the nervous system is saturated with imperil. And depression of various kinds are due to the accumulation of imperil on various planes. There is physical, emotional as well as mental depression. On each plane, imperil retards the function of the centers and cuts the flow of energy, which creates actions in the vehicle in which the centers are found. Inertia and depression are effects of vanity. Please understand what vanity is all about. What do you mean by when you are in vain? Understand the term called vanity before you understand depression. So depression is identification with your silly or petty interests. Depression is the result of the exaggeration of negative thought forms. Depression starts from the mind, not from reality. So this particular word, how do you find it, my dear friends? Do we understand what depression exactly means? How do we find ourselves when we are depressed? Where do you find yourself when you are depressed? what exactly does depression mean? I am learning along with you, my dear friends. This word called depression has been taken from the books called as Toxin Agni, The Symphony of the Zodiac, New Dimensions in Healing, Challenge for Discipleship, Irritation, the Destructive Fire, and The Psyche and Psychism, written by Torkom Saraydarian. Isn't it wonderful to know about such words? So this is today's word called depression for this episode of Spiritual Glossary, my dear friends. I hope we all have understood and learned something today. So keep learning something or the other every day. Keep updating yourself, keep upgrading yourself, and that is how learning goes, because we are all forever students. So thank you so much, my dear friends, for watching PMC English, and this is Parinitha Patri signing off from today's episode of Spiritual Glossary. Take care of yourself. Keep watching PMC English. Namaste.